Hi, friends. So this afternoon, I need to take off of work. And that means that you're going to be working with a guest teacher, and I'm going to be going home and taking care of my family. Something just came on my screen. I'm not sure if you're going to see it in the video. So this is my house. Some of you guys were in my Zoom classes over the summer and last year, and you saw pictures of me in my house. Cool, huh? I'm not wearing a mask in my house. You can see my face. Maybe you'll see my pets or my family, just like I get to see your family when you do Zoom at home. Well, let's look at the group plan for when I am not at school, and we'll do some of our work together. You can watch this video and it will be like I was just at school. Cool, isn't it? Let's jump into the group plan. So I'm going to put on my annotation spotlight. It says February 4th, 2021. Dear class and guest teacher, today I have to leave at 11:45. That's when you guys are having lunch. When you come back from lunch, there will be a guest teacher. Miss Leslie will be here too. She will take attendance for us too. Let's start our STEAM time with a song about plants for lunch. There's the link for the vegetable song. So Miss Leslie can touch the vegetable song and then you guys can watch it. I'll pause, or you can pause this video or listen to the vegetable song and then come back to me. But now I'm going to stay on for just a minute more while you guys listen to the vegetable song. That should be what's coming first. And I want to talk about a famous African American scientist. This week so far, we learned about a mouse girl named after a flower. Do you guys remember her name? It was chrysanthemum. We also learned about what plants need to grow. George Washington Carver was a famous man who worked with plants. He was an African American man. And it's Black History Month, so we can celebrate his achievements in Black History Month and highlight them and celebrate and enjoy the things that he created for us every day of the year. So now let's jump into the story. Here's his story. It's on RazKids. I've added it to your RazKids account. If you're not sure how to get into your RazKids account, you can email me and I will send it to you. Let's listen. There's a picture of him.
George Washington Carver, written by Cynthia Kennedy Hensel. Born a slave. George Washington Carver was born in Missouri in 1864 during the Civil War. George was born a slave, but when the Civil War ended, he and his older brother Jim were freed. Moses and Susan Carver, the couple who had owned them, gave the orphaned boys a home. Jim helped Moses in the fields, but George was often sick and stayed at home to help Susan. She taught him to read, write, and sew. What George liked best, though, was to garden and explore nature. Learning on his own. George taught himself about plants and animals. He wanted to go to school to learn even more, but many schools at that time were segregated. This meant that white and black students could not go to the same school. Since the nearby school did not allow black students, George left home for another school when he was 12. He lived with the Watkins family and worked for his meals and room. At 13, he moved to Kansas. When George graduated from high school, he earned a scholarship to go to a Kansas college. When George arrived at the college, however, The school turned him away because he was black. George was unhappy, but he did not give up learning. He farmed and taught himself to paint. His friends told him to try a different college. He went to Simpson College in Iowa to study art. This time, the college let him stay. Making a difference. George liked Simpson College, but he wanted to help others more. He decided to study agriculture, the science of farming, at another college in Iowa. He was the school's first black graduate. He later became the school's first black professor. Professor Carver went to Alabama in 1896 to help the farmers there. These farmers had a big problem. Each year their crop was smaller and the farmers were poorer. Carver quickly realized that years of growing cotton had worn out the soil. The farmers barely made enough money to buy food, so they had no money to buy fertilizer that would help the plants. Professor Carver taught the farmers that dead leaves and swamp muck could be added to the soil as free fertilizer. Planting sweet potatoes, peas, or peanuts in the fields after the cotton was picked also helped the soil. These crops put important nutrients back in the soil after they were used up by cotton plants. Carver sent out information about how to grow and cook these crops. By eating them, farmers spent less money buying food from stores. Farmers also needed a way to sell the new crops, so Professor Carver became an inventor. He invented more than 100 ways to use sweet potatoes and 300 ways to use peanuts. The truth about peanut butter. Carver invented up to 300 uses for the peanut: pavement, grease, medicines, peanut coffee, peanut mayonnaise, peanut flour, peanut milk, shoe polish, bleach, sandpaper, and more. Contrary to popular belief, however, he did not create peanut butter. A Native American tribe is known to have eaten a paste made from peanuts more than 500 years ago. It wasn't as creamy as the tasty goo we eat today, though. Ideas are free. By 1921, people were listening to Carver's ideas. He was asked to speak before the U.S. Congress, the country's lawmakers. Some members of Congress laughed and made fun of him. He had been given 10 minutes to talk, though, and he made the most of them. Carver talked about all the things that could be made with the tiny peanut. The men fell silent. When Carver's 10 minutes were up, they gave him more time. In the end, they passed a law to help U.S. peanut farmers. Over the years, Carver became as famous as many rock stars are today. Crowds gathered to hear him speak. He turned down jobs and money because he thought helping people was more important. He believed that ideas were free and should be freely given. A lasting message. George Washington Carver believed that people should treat each other with respect. He won the respect of a nation at a time when few black people got much respect at all. Carver also believed that people should respect and care for the earth. If they did, nature would provide the things they needed. Many years later, we are discovering that he was right.
Wow. He learned so many things and worked so hard. There were so many obstacles or things in his way, and he still worked hard to find a way to learn the things he wanted to learn and help people. Let's look at the lesson plan again, or the group plan. Oh, now that we learned a little bit about a famous person who helped us understand and learn about plants, and really helped people. We need to get ready for PE. I'm not sure how much time there is for dancing, but you guys can pick different dancing videos. Here's one link to a dancing video that Miss Leslie could use or the guest teacher could use, and you guys could pick other songs after you're finished choosing this one. You can take turns. Then our bodies will be warmed up for PE activities. Remember to check Blackboard for your PE activities for the week. And then tomorrow, Coach will have some kind of survey for you to fill out for that. After PE, we'll have snack and story, and here are some links for those. After that, there'll be a plant scavenger hunt. I'm going to send a copy of this plan to your parents and also a copy of the plant scavenger hunt. Let me show you what it looks like now. Hold on one second. I think I saved it in this folder. There it is, plant scavenger hunt. Let's see if you can find these things. So this will be for when you come back from PE after story time. We'll have a plant scavenger hunt, and you can look for, can you find a flower in your house or in your yard and then come back? We'll see who has flowers. Can you find a leaf? We'll see who has leaves they can find. I have a house with plants inside it, so I have leaves here. But if I stepped outside my door with permission from my family, I would find leaves outside too. What about a stem? Is there any grass near your house? I have a little bit of grass outside my house. Can you find any seeds? I don't think I have any seeds at my house, but some people might have seeds in their house that they like to eat for a snack or something like that, or for planting. So that's the last activity you'll do for the end of the day, and then it will be time for the goodbye song. I'm so sorry that I can't be there tomorrow afternoon, but I know that you will have everything you need to keep learning and people to help you with your learning. Bye. Have a good time. I'll miss you, and I'll see you tomorrow.